Throughout history, there have been many men and women that have shaped our world. Through art, music, sports, and politics, for example, many individuals have inspired and guided us to being better human beings. One exceptional man who has had an immense effect on the world is Mahatma Gandhi. Through his determination and perseverance, Gandhi changed the lives of millions and has continued to despite his death. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi, was born on October 2nd, 1869, and died on the 30th of January during the year of 1948. He was born in the town of Porbandar, located at the sea coast of Kathiawar Peninsula just north of Bombay, India. Fortunately, he came from a wealthy family which allowed him to properly educate himself. Mahatma Gandhi was the youngest of his four siblings. Putlibai, Mahatma's mother, was the fourth wife of Karamchand Gandhi. His other wives died in labor. At the age of 13, Gandhi was married to 14-year-old Keturbai Makhanji in an arranged marriage. Due to their young age, the couple knew very little about marriage and married life. He said in an interview, "As we didn't know very much about marriage, for us it only meant wearing new clothes, eating sweets, and playing with relatives." The couple had their first child in 1885. The newborn barely survived its first few days. Consequently, Gandhi's father also passed away very near to the time. Later on in his life, Gandhi had 4 sons, all of which survived infancy. The firstborn was named Harilal, born in 1888. Then came Manilal, born in 1892. Soon after came Ramadas, who was born in 1897, and finally Devdas, born in 1900. Gandhi made his way through school with mediocre grades. He never failed his courses, yet he never found himself doing exceedingly well. Gandhi's childhood dream was to go into medicine and become a doctor. However, this profession was below his caste. His father then persuaded him to go into law. In 1888, at the age of 19, Gandhi left India and moved to England to pursue his studies in law. He made a vow to his mother that he would stay true to his religion and refrain from eating meat. He kept his word and even found his faith getting deeper as he became even stricter as a vegetarian during his time abroad than he ever was at home. Gandhi obtained his law degree in 1891. However, the English way of life was not fit for him, so he chose to return to India to work. He was unsuccessful in finding work in Bombay or Bakjot, yet in 1893 his luck turned and he received an opportunity to work for Dada Abdullah & Co., an Indian law firm located in the colony of Natal, in South Africa, which at the time was under the British rule. During Gandhi's travels to Dada Abdullah & Co. law firm in South Africa, he was asked by the driver to go sit in 3rd class because of his skin color. Gandhi showed him his ticket as proof of his being allowed to remain in his class. After being demanded to go 3rd class for the second time, Gandhi was thrown out of the train in Pietermaritzburg. This was the first time Gandhi experienced the effects of segregation during his time in South Africa. Shortly after this occurred, a driver of a stagecoach beat him because he refused to give his stagecoach to a European who wanted to take his place. He was also barred from many hotels and other institutions for racial reasons. When Gandhi's contract in South Africa was over, he began preparing himself for his journey back to India. However, he discovered from a newspaper article that a bill proposing the denial of rights for Indians to vote was being considered by the Natal Legislative Assembly. As a result of this, Mahatma Gandhi decided to stay in South Africa and fight for the rights of his people. He got many petition signatures and presented them to the British government, as well as the Natal Legislative Assembly, to stop the bill from being passed. Unfortunately, he was unsuccessful in doing this. Even though he did not stop the bill from being passed, he raised a lot of awareness about the segregation of Indians in South Africa. In the year of 1894, Mahatma Gandhi founded the Natal Indian Congress. This group was made to fight the discrimination of Indians in South Africa. In 1913, Gandhi was imprisoned for the 4th time during his stay in South Africa and was sentenced to 9 months in prison with hard labor. Nevertheless, he was released from prison early by General Smuts. Soon after his release, Gandhi sailed back to India. Overall, Gandhi spent a total of 21 years in South Africa. Mahatma Gandhi was widely known for his protests, which were completely peaceful, meaning he would never fight back or retaliate no matter how much prejudice was forced against his people.